Hey, good afternoon. I am at Sugarloaf Mountain. Sugarloaf is not a big mountain. It's only about just shy of 1,300 feet tall. And the parking lot I just left is at 900 feet, so not a lot of climbing, although I have started off on the steepest part, of course, so I can try to climb and talk at the same time, which never works. So anyway, Sugarloaf is a little park. It's about halfway between Gaithersburg and Frederick, Maryland. And what's unique about it is it's not on the Blue Ridge. It kind of sits apart and pops up out of the farmland all by itself. So it's kind of a unique place. Anyway, it's a dreary, overcast, drizzly day, and it's cold, about 60 degrees, you know, relatively speaking cold. And I'm going to try to do about 6 miles real quick, assuming I haven't lost the trail already. I think it just goes straight up those rocks. Okay. Yeah, so this is not really a joke to start off with. Very rocky and straight up the side of the hill. So I parked at the East View lot. I'm going up orange to the summit, and then red, and then I'm going to do about a 5-mile loop on the blue, connect back, and then I'll decide what to do from there. Alright. So things flatten up here quite a bit at the top. And they're also very nice posts like this, signs. It's well blazed, and good signage to tell you where the trails are. This is pretty nice. You know, again, I'm only 1,200 feet up, but this is it's got the feel of being fairly remote and Appalachian without actually being in the main Blue Ridge. So we'll see if that continues. Again, I'm here on a weekday, so there's not a lot of people here. I understand it can get kind of crowded on the weekends. I will share one impression, only a half-mile in, and again, I'm sort of near the summit area, which is where the parking lots are. I'm headed away from that, but there is an area down here called White Rocks, which I understand is pretty popular. So, my observation, and I don't mean to generalize about all areas that are near populated areas, but it's accessible, and like many places that are accessible, I can see signs of abuse. You know, trail construction and trail maintenance there's actually an art to it. You build a trail straight up a mountain, what you're going to wind up with is a ditch when the rainwater comes flowing down that hill and erodes your trail. So, you know, what I've seen is kind of undisciplined stuff. Multiple braided trails where people are cutting switchbacks and saying, oh, that looks easier. I've seen trash. I've picked up some things already. And I've seen graffiti mostly carved up into beech tree bark, the nice smooth white stuff that takes graffiti so well with a pocket knife. There's a lot of that, and it's unfortunate because this really is a pretty place, and you get just a few folks who either don't care or just don't understand, and I'd prefer to think they just don't understand. the impact they make. You know, it leaves a human mark where most folks are out here to get away from that. So anyway, hopefully that's brief and it's isolated around the areas near the parking lot, and hopefully I'll get away from it. And it's not a reason to keep me from coming out here. This is the first time I've been here, by the way, full disclosure. It's been on my checklist for a while as some place to check out, so, but this is my first time, so that's an unfettered first impression. But I have no doubt that the mountain itself and what this place has to offer will overcome all that as I get a little deeper. All right, we've hit the blue trail, and just coming off the red, McCormick View over there. Okay, I'll check it out. It looks like there's probably some trees in the way, but we'll give it a look. Yeah, McCormick View is probably a better view in the winter when the leaves go down. Still a nice rock. Always fun to climb on rocks. So I just crossed a merger with the white, and now I'm on both. But I'm following the blue loop. And I'm officially below 1,000 feet. Came down off of that peak, and then running along a ridge line over to the shorter peak. If you can picture it, it's sort of like a dumbbell with a ridge in between. And I started at the higher peak, which is about 1,300, and the lower one is just over 1,000. So running out the ridge now, and like I say, the blue itself is supposed to be about a 5-mile loop, so we'll be letting it run and putting some mileage on here. Interesting, strange little clearing that I'm cutting across here. Kind of a view out through the slot. I would be willing to bet that a power line used to run through here, but hard to tell. So a couple of things. One, I just accidentally walked up on a great big buck with nice antlers. Of course, couldn't get the camera out fast enough, but that was cool. Second, I'm at the secondary summit, as marked by this ancient burial tomb thing with rocks balancing on top. Yeah, as I hoped, I might as well be in the middle of nowhere. This has been much nicer after that initial summit area, and got out on the blue trail and started running away here. It's been a very nice trail. It's actually been fairly rugged at times, not particularly steep, but very rocky, having to watch your footing. Yeah, enough up and down. I've probably, gone down 400 feet and then back up another 400, that kind of thing. So definitely get some exercise. So at this point I am, let's see, just a hair under 3 miles in, and White Rocks I think is just down the hill from here, so we'll go check that out. This is impressive, this stripe running up this tree where the bark has been blown off. It's the result of a lightning strike. The tree's still going strong. The lightning hit this thing and it vaporized a sap channel up under the tree and just blew the bark right off it. It's impressive. It's amazing it didn't kill the tree. Alright. There are 2 pieces to White Rocks. This is the north piece. Let's climb up here and see what the view looks like. Even on a cloudy day, that's nice. see the cliff I'm standing over here. Not for the faint of heart. A brief road walk along Ephraim Road, maybe 100 yards, but quickest access to White Rocks is back in that corner back there. You can see the car parked. So you can park along Ephraim Road and go in, and it's maybe a mile up to White Rocks. I have to look back at the GPS to get a sure number, but anyhow, this won't last long for me. It's kind of dark right here, so hopefully you can see it. The little eastern ringneck snake. I bet he's cold and needs to get underground somewhere, or under the leaf litter. The return trip on the Blue Trail is kind of following this valley. I've been following the little creek ever since the road. But I believe that's going to change soon because the valley, I'm running out of valley. Alright, so I just hit the White Trail again, and I was tempted for a while to take that back that way and kind of go around the summit and finish. But I think I'm going to keep going on Blue, which actually is blue and white at the same time right now, around this way to the West View parking area, which is, by the way, where the Blue officially starts. That's kind of the trailhead. I didn't pick it up there. But I'm going to go through that, keep going on Blue, back to where I saw White earlier, just so I can say I've done the entire Blue loop. So I'll retrace my steps for, I don't know, 1/10 of a mile between where red comes off the summit and then where it hits White, and I'll jump on White and go back over to the east loop. So not quite sure how many miles that'll be yet, but we'll get there. By the way, I didn't mention, this is not a publicly owned park. This is actually owned by a nonprofit called Stronghold. It was private property for a long time, and you know, just made accessible. And I guess technically it still is private property and made accessible. But they run the place entirely on donations. So if you come here and enjoy the trails like I have today, consider making one. Also looks like they seek volunteers to help with trail maintenance. Potomac Appalachian Trail Club appears to head that up, but I've seen several signs here about you know, trail maintenance days on Sundays through the fall, to come out and help rebuild some things, which is great. And it's really wonderful if they can get community to come out here and help. All right, here we are at Westview Parking. Picnic tables. Looks like there's a pavilion up there. Porta potties. I just got to find where Blue comes out of this. Blue Trail out of Westview is luxuriously wide. In fact, it's presented on my GPS as an old road. Alright, closing the loop. I remember this place. The little view that's not a view over there. And the red trail coming down off the summit right here. Alright. Just a little bit further. And I'll go on a new trail here and take the White back around to the car. But I've done the entire Blue, which was what I set out to do. So yeah, again, unfortunate that I had a negative opinion in the first half mile. That was made up for. It was redeemed. It's all good. I take it all back. First impressions, I guess, right? But yeah, it's a nice place, and well kept, extremely well marked. Signs and indicators everywhere about where to go and where you are. Again, it's a non-profit that runs the place. So if you do come out here, and I recommend you do, give them a little bit, help them keep the place up and keep it in just as good a shape so that you and everybody else can enjoy it. So my loop here, I'll publish the GPS track for what I did in the intersections that I passed. I've got the coordinates for all that. Looks like it's going to wind up to be just a hair under 7 miles when all is said and done here. So, and again, this was just one of many options, but seemed to take in the most area that I could in a simple loop. The blue loop is a nice one. As you saw, lots of different environments, you know, ridge tops, valleys, slabbing along the side, kind of in and out of different types of forest, and nice rock views. Good trail. Really enjoy it. So have to come back out here someday, maybe when it's sunnier. Thanks for joining me for this. See you next time.